let's please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. All right, let's start off with the old roll call. Greg Smith. Mike Schneider.
Here.
Robin Simpson.
Present.
Jason Osborne. Present. Adrian Saunders.
Present.
Lori Quinn.
Present.
We have a quorum. All right. First thing we have on the agenda is to review and approve the minutes of the July 10th, 2025 meeting of the board. We have those in your packet to review.
I'll make a motion to approve the July 10th meeting minutes as prepared.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the meeting minutes for the July 10th, 2025 meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Next thing on the agenda will be the mayor's report. Everything that I have to discuss will be discussed under the new business agenda item. I will quickly suggest that upon review of our current rate sheet, that's the sheet that delineates the charges for meters and how much it costs to put in water taps and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to be making an edit to that and adjustment to that to add additional columns in the field relative to electric service, construction meters, and transformers, and who's responsible for what, depending upon what type of service it is. I've been in consult with Justin Turner, our supervisor of the electric department, as well as Brent Abel over at Palomar. So we'll have that hopefully for the next meeting for you all to at least review. And that concludes my report. Next thing on the agenda, city clerk report.
Mine is pretty quick as well. I did provide you a list of our bank account balances, and I just have this one, but after I printed this, I noticed that those new accounts that I opened at the last meeting for our USDA, they weren't listed on here. So I called the bank and they got them listed, so that's going to be coming around for you to look at. And that's all I have.
How is the BSNA update going?
It's going. Chris actually sat in on a call with me yesterday. We've been working on some utility billing information to get to them in order for us to be able to do the conversion by next March. And so I had him sit on the call because he's going to be dealing with a lot of that. He's very knowledgeable with computers and all of that. So it's going to be very nice. Yeah.
And we've gotten any bids back on the real estate yet? Any of the real estate inquiries?
No one has turned any in. There's been a lot of packets taken.
Okay.
And I actually had someone come in and also get a packet for the cemetery. So
Okay.
I've got a lot of inquiries about that. And they're due when? I'm sorry, I should know that right.
It's on the report.
Tomorrow. Yep, they're
Tomorrow.
It's due back July 25th, right? So.
Last year there was only one person who responded. But
We had one individual who inquired about the property at 641 Second. Is that right? 641 Second Street. Anyway, they had a significant number of questions, and 641 Second Street, and I got them all answered and got back to her. So this individual wanted to build a house there.
By the ballpark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That one right there in the corner.
I think the signs, Rodney, thanks for putting those up.
Well,
I think
that one's missing, but I put another one tonight.
Oh, well, that's nice.
it like draws
Someone
attention.
told us they wanted the city for sale sign.
God only knows
About
what.
that.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I had a very similar situation last time I ran for office. I'm not sure how I should have taken that, but I know how I did. Okay, so anything else?
I don't think so.
Golly, gee, whiz. All right, well, moving right along. Next thing we have, the city attorney's report.
And I have no report on that.
Goodness gracious. Authorized guest speakers, there shall be none. There's none of record.
I had a quick thing from Brittany Leanne Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
She's wanting, oh, okay. Hang on a second.
There's a sidebar going on here, I'm suspicious.
I never got to put it in the description on my phone.
Never mind.
Just saying.
We got one there.
Okay, moving right along. Getting ready to go into new business now. The Monroe City Area Fire Protection District wants the board's permission to continue to use the building sort of across the street. It's a storage area. It's got a big overhead door. It's kind of in between the what I would call the switching station side of the substation on, what is that, Davis Street, South Davis and Dover, is that right? It doesn't matter, Justin, I don't know. But there's a storage
Kinda
area in
catty.
there that they still have stuff in. And they want your permission to continue to use it.
They just use it for storage.
They use it for storage, for equipment and stuff. They don't have enough storage space. They use it historically, and very soon after the city turned over all the equipment, we requested them to vacate that area. They have yet to completely vacate it. Now they've come back and asked if the board would please let them continue to use it. They don't care if we have access to it. The only thing that I might suggest is that if the board decides to let them continue to do that, and I will tell you, I had no problem with it whatsoever. But I do think we should have them sign that document that holds us harmless in case them, one of the personnel, or something happens to the equipment.
Are there utilities to the building?
I was gonna mention that, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's their request to the board, to
John.
allow y'all to continue.
John had
Yes, John?
Are there utilities there?
There's lights.
Well, there's probably got to be some kind
It's a
of,
shared area. I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, do we wanna look at them at least paying us something to cover?
whose name
The
is
storage, I don't know that they're using any utilities. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I just
empty
know.
space.
Well, they were keeping stuff with water in it over there. So I don't know if they were trying to keep it above freezing.
I wish I could answer it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we heat it?
It is heated, yes.
It
We
is
just
heated.
keep the back truck in there.
Okay. Oh, we have back truck in there as well.
Used to.
Used to, not anymore. Okay.
Do we have any use for the other space, for that space?
I don't have access to it anymore, so.
Yeah, we have plenty of space right now, actually, I mean, if we bought more equipment, of course, more space we can get. Now we have the other building that still has bays in it.
So the hold harmless, John, would that cover if one of the fire department members were hurt, or there was a fire, they lost contents?
Lost all their equipment.
Yeah, they'd have to provide a certificate of insurance and everything, showing this coverage for liability and all of that.
To do the whole, we'd have to do a whole harmless if the board agrees, correct? Okay.
And then I could look into the utility costs for that property.
Probably costs us more money to figure out each month what their
Yeah.
share is and costs. Do the electricity.
Depends on whether they're heating it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not heating it, ain't gonna be.
I think it would be nice if we offer that as a kind of initiative.
Make a motion.
If we get, I'll make a motion that we allow them to use that space, granted they provide us with a home harmless.
We have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor to allow the Monroe City Area Fire Protection District to utilize the storage space currently in what I will call the light plant building. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Ayes have it. And we will let them know. Now, the next thing we have on the new business is something that I mentioned to the board a meeting or two ago. I don't really know that we want to do anything with this tonight unless one of you all has decided you want to. That is put together. Have you all got a copy of this?
I didn't bring it.
That's fine. But anyway, take a look at that. I plagiarized a city in Iowa and utilized not verbatim, but a lot of what they had because it seemed to be very, very appropriate, and it actually addresses many things that I know I've observed over the years that created more difficulties with the conduct of the meeting once some conversations had begun in an open forum section that would be on the agenda. And that was pretty interesting. They actually, and I'm going to give them credit for it, they actually addressed some things that time limits, how you conduct yourself. Also, rules for attendance, cell phones, no side meetings, no discussions on what the board is discussing, entering and leaving the room quietly if it's during a meeting, and not allowing unrequested address to the board from the public area, public meeting area. They did a really good job. You guys take a look at it. Please come back with your thoughts and recommendations. I know one of the rules they had I thought was pretty interesting is that other than asking it, don't take this the wrong way, guys, but I've been here when he's blowed up. And that is, other than asking a question to clarify a statement, council members should refrain from entering a dialogue with the speaker. The time on the agenda is not intended for discussion between the city council and the speaker and should not be used for that purpose. Time is for them to tell us something they want us to know or ask us something they want us to do. We wouldn't debate it at that point in time, other than ask for clarification like, okay, well, what does that really mean? Or is there more to this? And you're telling us, there may be a lot of leading questions that you would, something that they would say that you want to understand more about what it was that they were sharing with you. I thought it was really well written. That's why I'm on it. So you guys take it, review it, pick it apart, do something, do nothing. It'll be up to you guys how you want to handle that. I know there's been people that say, by golly, I come to the meetings, y'all have an open forum. And I'm going, well, I think it'd be great to have an open forum as long as we can control it. And then someone reminded me that the guy who has this can control it. So I'm going, okay, well then we still need to have rules, we need to have policy. Now, this would be done by resolution of the board versus an amendment to an existing ordinance. That would allow, and John can correct me if I'm wrong, that allows the board to continue to operate under this policy until the board decides to change it up to including not even doing it, which is already on the books. So it would give you a little bit of latitude for the future. And unless you have questions about it, I'm done with that part of it. So take a look at it. Let's beat it up. We'll get back together at a future meeting and see what the board would like to do with it. So next thing we have will be the, any other discussion on that? Okay, next thing will be the committee reports, planning and zoning. I'm on there and I'm aware of nothing. Anybody? Great on here. Parks and recreation. There's no one here. Is there? You have something?
Meeting got canceled.
Meeting got canceled. Anything we should know that's going on?
I like to have rock from them for reduced
And
outlay.
you've asked individual members. What's going on here is we would like to fix all the potholes out Southwest and make that road look really nice around there. And it's going to require what?
Like 450 timber rock.
Which costs how much money?
$452 a load.
400. Well, okay, how many loads?
10,
$4,500.
25 ton a load.
Okay. Well, let's see what the board. Let's see what the committee. Board. I got to quit doing that. See what that committee wants to do.
Might be a little less than that because I'm judging that on a 20-foot road. And that's not 20 foot.
Have you heard anything, Al Hutchison? On
No.
the playground?
Mary Kendrick sent a note, an email about it, and she copied me and hopefully he never got back to me.
There's no payment issues or anything, is it? That you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
We're just waiting on them.
Anything?
Well, we're running all the time.
Yeah, we talked to the other union. I mean, they've had to dry weather. He said it takes about a week.
All right. Well, hopefully Mary will. Mary's administrating that, correct?
Yeah.
And well, hopefully she can get some answers out of them. Economic Development Tax Board. I don't see one here. That was left on the agenda for them to address the board if they need to, as a normal agenda item. Next thing, Administrative Committee. Nothing. Operations. You have a meeting on the 30th. Is that correct? Next meeting. What's the next meeting on after administration?
That's
No,
the Board of
it's the
Adjustment.
Last
Board of
Board of
Adjustment.
Adjustment.
That's
I thought there was
adjustments.
one other meeting scheduled this month. Nope.
Administration is in August. I
Okay.
remember the date is end of August.
All right, that was fast. This could be a record. Department reports, police.
Our new recruit starts academy August 4th. We have pretty much taken care of all the items he needs to get going.
Okay.
We just have a few things we still need to order, and he's excited to get to academy and join the department.
Good. Good.
Do we have a contract on him?
We have to have. We're
I don't
gonna
think
have
we do
to.
yet, John. Did Zach send anything over to you?
I made changes, I thought I sent it back.
I have not received
Okay,
it.
let me
And
double
it
check.
went to Zach. I don't have
Okay.
access to his
Okay.
email.
All right, you two guys will.
Yeah, if you can get that to me.
Yeah, tomorrow I need to.
Okay.
All right.
Need contract, okay.
Excuse me, folks. I apologize. Water.
All right, first item is fire hydrants.
Go ahead.
So I addressed the board, it's been a couple months ago, about the fire hydrant in front of the fire station, the one directly across the road. They have since contacted the mayor. I was not in on the conversation, but I imagine it went more like, when are you guys going to fix this?
They have requested that we please fix our hydrant across from the fire station.
Okay, so it's totally up to you guys whether we fix this or replace it or not. I got some costs, but we only had one hydrant budgeted this year, and there's a total of, well, including that one, there's a total of 3 that I need to get replaced. So what we're looking at is I got 3 different prices here, but I'll just go with the cheapest, which is from Core in Maine. A 4.5 foot berry is $3,788 for one, and a 5 foot berry is $3,872.
Do we know which one we'll need?
No, not until we actually dig. I normally just buy the 5 foot berries. It might stick up at the ground a little bit further, but then if the grade changes, you already have a little bit extra. It doesn't hurt anything to have more sticking up. You don't want it down below grade.
I get it. So you want the 5 foot?
Yeah, I'd like to go the 5 foot. Now, there was only $3,535 budgeted.
Uh-huh.
But I would like you to tell me where this fire hydrant needs to go, because if I put it in front of the fire station, where there's actually, I believe it was probably put there because the power plant used to be right there also, and it was probably put there to protect that. There's one at the west end of the block, and then you go to the east, there's one at the, I guess it'd be Washington Street. But the trucks normally have almost 1,000 foot of hose on them. They can hook up to one of them hydrants, drop the hose, because really the only thing that's protecting there would be, well, they wanted to fill their trucks. We have one right in front of Farmer's Elevator, their office building, and there's numerous houses around there, and that fire hydrant does not work. The other one is at the corner of Border and I believe it's Summer. It actually got hit by a car and physically knocked off, and we've been needing to get that one
I was
replaced.
thinking, okay, so you just described 3 separate instances of where we have previously had fire hydrants and they are non-functioning.
Yes.
Okay. And it is our intent to always have at least one fire hydrant in stock, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to purchase 4 hydrants. And I propose that the board consider taking some of the money that we earned down at the wastewater treatment facility, since we officially, by ordinance, have a combined utility. Okay, we keep them separate accounting-wise, but officially, we have a combined utility. So there should be more than adequate funds available to purchase fire hydrants. That's my recommendation.
Yeah, we'd be looking at
4.
$15,000.
Yes, we would be.
When was the one on Summer and Border hit?
It's been a few years ago.
Did we get any payout on that from the insurance? Or-
I have no idea. I don't have anything on that.
That's a
I
good
know
question.
Zach
I don't know if
did-
it was turned in.
Oh, yeah,
You'd have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, Zach found the people, they ticketed them, and I'm assuming that there was some sort of insurance payment, but I have no idea. I believe Chris was probably the city clerk at the time.
Anyway, the fire department's requested that one be replaced. The other ones, I would actually have to go to the fire department and have them give me their input based on an FDA or whatever the other standards are on fire hydrants placement relative to residential areas. My initial reaction or thought process is if they were there before, unless the entire block's been leveled, we should probably think about putting them back, unless we just absolutely positively can't find a way to do it.
Do we have somebody that tests them?
Yes,
Department?
he does.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
We do. Yeah, we flow test them, and that's when we find out normally when we flow test when there's an issue. There are some other issues on but they're still fully functioning. There's one out all the way at the end of Lakeview Drive or Lake, whatever, runs through the golf course, right there by Ralph Lemongelli's house. Yeah, that one there doesn't shut off all the way, so it's always full of water. So whenever you take the lid off, it'll pop off real quick, but then it still operates. But it's one that's on the list to be replaced. But the one there by the farmer's office, it does, you open it up all the way and it flows 20 gallons a minute. It's just, the valve has become disconnected. So I guess the mayor's suggestion is to buy 4 of them. So
and what is the thought about, is there a possibility of getting them repaired once we do swap them? And
yes, I will do my best. Mueller hydrants, which all of your hydrants in town are Muellers.
Yeah, they're old.
They are also old, and there's a brass seat in the bottom that is very difficult to, come off, or like there was one over on Park Street, and we worked on it for a day or so, finally ended up breaking it, we had to replace it. But just having them in stock is very important.
I agree.
So I guess if you guys would allow me to do so, I would get This pricing was on the fly. I just called them up. They didn't know I was gonna get 4 of them. So I can probably get them.
cheaper.
Yeah, I might be able to get them a little bit cheaper. Yeah, I can play them against each other, so.
It's wherever the board's pleasure is.
I'll make a motion to purchase 4 of the what'd you call it?
5 foot.
5-foot barrier, yes.
5-foot area water hydrants.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Motion second on the floor to purchase 4 of the 5-foot extension fire hydrants for both inventory and the purpose of replacing those units that are currently bad. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion's carried. You got
George,
permission.
what's the individual cost of each?
This,
38 for the 3-foot and 38.72 for the 5-foot.
Yep,
38.72?
38.72, yeah. Again, I'm hoping I can get them cheaper.
Right.
That'd be great if you could. All right.
Okay, next thing is, last meeting, I was asked to get, cost of, chemical, our cost of chemicals to treat 1,000 gallons of water. Did you give everybody that sheet? Is that what I sent you?
No, I didn't, but I mean, may I?
Yes, please.
The cost of the chemicals relative to an amount of water that's lost depends entirely upon the condition of the water at the time that it was treated. Within his report, it varied between $3,300 and $12,500 a month, depending upon, is it correct me if I'm wrong?
That's absolutely
And
correct.
so it's very difficult to give you a number that's correct. But what we could probably say, and this is where I rely on George to immediately jump into the conversation, it's probably never less than $3,500 a month.
That would be correct.
For all the chemicals?
Yes.
For
all the
1,000
chemicals per 1,000 gallons, yes. Well, what we did was, we figured
no.
out
That's
5
the total
million.
based on 5
Yeah,
million gallons.
based upon losing 5 million gallons a month,
Okay.
that would be,
Sorry for what-
$3,311. That was taken off of a particular date, January 7th
Right.
of 2025. On July 5th of 2025, the cost was $2.44 per 1,000. So multiply that out for the month, it was roughly $12,200. Because during the summer months when the algae's on and everything, we have to feed a lot of oxidizers.
So if you took 3,500 times 9,
Mhm.
and then added 3 times 12,
Yeah.
you'd about have a rough number. But I think it'd be really easy, maybe not, but fairly easy to conclude that we could probably get, depending upon what this cost comes back for the loss prevention methodology, the satellite and the groundwork, we could probably look at two, possibly a 3-year payback, maybe less.
Yeah, I would venture to say less.
And I'm trying to be conservative, but you've sent the information. Have you sent the information to them, Esther?
No.
Okay.
No,
Is that up to me to do that?
I can do it. You're the ones that's made contact with them. You sent it to me and I just reviewed
Would
it.
you set aside a few minutes on your schedule, we'll probably just do it next week, 'cause I'm sure tomorrow's already full up. Next week, we'll sit down and go over that data and figure out how we need to get it put together and go ahead and get that sent back and so we can get an estimate. There's not a lot of companies out there that do this, have a satellite and all satellites and all this stuff in place to do this. We'll see what it costs and we'll bring it back to the board and go over it and determine what next steps might or might not be.
I mean,
We're losing a lot of water.
just looking at May and June from George's report, we've lost over 6.3 million gallons.
It's a lot of water.
Mhm.
I'm on your side. I want to stop it.
Because it's not going to get any better on its own.
Right. And we're assuming everything's leaks.
Sure.
You know, I'm watching a couple different water meters just to make sure we're actually auditing our entire. We're doing what we have information for to make sure that every meter is actually showing up on Beacon, so that everybody that we show that has a water meter is getting or if there's a reading coming in and so on and so forth. So we're trying to do all that
Make sure
on our side.
everything's getting accounted for that should be getting accounted for based on whatever information we can
Yes.
find. And that would be all metered connections.
Yes.
And maybe there's some connections that aren't metered, I don't know.
Yeah, and then there sure could be.
And that we'll continue to look for that.
Yep, and that's what we're hoping to find. We're using a overhead or a satellite picture of the town, and we're going house to house and making sure that each house is showing that it has a meter, making sure that endpoint is showing up in the beacon system, so that then they should be able to get a reading off of that. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually happening and everybody's getting a bill. You know, that's I have no control over that side of it.
If you look at May and June monthly billing, there was about 600,000 gallon difference. Is that because?
Probably Cannon water. Come the end of May was when Cannon started drawing, but in June they've drawn continuous.
And I saw on your report, I guess it was the one for May, about Jellystone being filled or however you do it. How does that work? How do we?
Well, we actually have one 6-inch meter out at the corner of Highway W and Border Street, and the water flows through there, and then so Cannon Water buys it from us, but they feed Jellystone. So essentially, they can't get enough water on this side of their system. That's why they were wanting the Monroe City to build that line to come into town, because they were going to then tap into that and they wouldn't have to get water from you guys anymore. So when they need to fill their water tower, they turn it on. They can't supply them, so they bring it from this side.
And do we know when the last time we looked at Cannon Water's contract? I mean, we stay on top of looking at the rates for the residents, but I don't know when we looked at
That
the rates for
hasn't
Cannon
been
Water.
done for a number of years. It's actually sitting on my desk. And we have yet to sit down to determine exactly what we should do. But their rates are lower than our current residential rates are.
I think that really needs.
I will endeavor to get something.
Make sure we're not losing money on it. At least, I mean,
Well, I really can't answer that question, Mike.
yeah.
All right. If we're done with, anybody have any more questions about the lost water?
Will you help me get the Cannon water contract reviewed and help me come up with something that makes sense?
I will do
Because
that.
I know there's a difference. I don't know how to characterize it.
Yeah. Normally on bulk water sales to another system, it's normally discounted a bit. But as you see, when they're drawing the water, that's when our water is most expensive to produce. So, but yep, we can do that.
We'll review the contract. What limitations are, if there's any restrictions to changing the rates, if there is any restrictions, what the timing should be, so that we can do it at the right time. There may be on the contract a certain period each year that you have the opportunity to do something. I don't know. We'll have to get into it, but I will work on that.
Can I ask one more question, please?
Yes, ma'am.
You talked about responding to a water leak out on Tugboat Drive,
Uh-huh.
and you found 2 trailers having sewer running out from under them. Do we know anything more about that?
I turned it over to the PD, and I don't know where it went to, but that's all private. That's a civil matter, not anything that the city needs to. Well, the city, as far as the water and sewer department, we won't get involved in that. But yeah, you have raw sewage running on the ground.
Public
PD
safety,
takes care of it.
public health issue.
Yes.
And that's why the police department's involved.
Yeah, and then there are ordinances on your books that don't allow that.
I mean, predict that also be a building inspector
Okay.
issue, because our health ordinance is more under the building inspector.
Okay. Yeah, that, whatever, I normally turn it over to the PD because they can actually write tickets. And normally when the PD shows up at your door, things get done. So, that's just been the way I've been doing it since I've been here. But yeah, we can definitely get the building inspector involved. There's two more things. Getting ready to put out bids for the chloramines project out at the water plant. There's actually two big projects out there. We're going to kind of put one off because it's not as important as the chloramines, just because with what we got from the engineer was not totally complete, and it's taking all of my time to try to do an engineer's job that we didn't get. That's what we're working on. So by the time hopefully next meeting happens, I will have put it out for bid, and then probably the following meeting I should have bids. And then still no grease being delivered at the wastewater plant.
Were they not happy with our price increase?
Oh no, they were happy, but they were. If you read the last email, during the summer, the fat stays in suspension, and Moberly they decided to take it for a while, but they said, well, come wintertime, they're going to want to bring it to us. But then that's really not what we want either. So we will make that decision at that time whether we take it. So, if anybody has any questions for me, otherwise,
I thought I saw something about one of the lift stations had a lot of fat in it.
In May.
Was that from May or something?
Yeah, there's the one out at Mark Twain Center is very bad, but and you sent me that link, and we've just cleaned it. We clean it about twice a year.
Okay.
But no, the one at up on Griffith, that one is the worst lift station we have for being a small lift station. Mm-hmm. We spent an entire day. We had to pull the pumps, taking out the flushable wipes that get stuck in underneath the impeller, because we amp them on a quarterly basis,
right? And
the amps had increased from 7 to 11 or 12, so that it was having problems spinning the impeller. Pulled it, and we've had to do that multiple times. I actually have pictures. I'm trying to figure out how to get pictures into my monthly report. I'm trying to take pictures of stuff as we do it now, so I can add that for your viewing enjoyment.
Real quick, I know it's impossible for me. What do other cities do when this stuff happens? Where a customer fouls your system because they do stuff they're told not to do?
Some municipalities actually will really spend a lot of time to try to figure out where it's coming from. You can put like baskets in,
I get it,
and figure out, okay, it's coming from past this point. Then you put a basket to the next point, and then you kind of narrow it down. Well, it's still there. There might be 10 people that are feeding that, but the flushable wipes, like I said, are not flushable. Yes, I know it makes your bum be all nice after you're done, but please don't flush them down, because they break down just enough to tie themselves back together, and it's bad.
Well, very well said, George. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Electric department.
I have a couple of requests. First, I'm going to give you just some information. Our daily log and then our outage log. So this is what we've had in the last year. 2025 outages. You can see they've increased in the last couple of months due to heat and due to trees. All these outages since I've started, we've taken care of without the need for mutual aid.
You mentioned heat. Is it because they're
Yeah,
using so much electricity? Or?
yeah, the transformers in the summertime, they get overloaded because of the heat. Everyone's running air conditioners. And a lot of our services in town are run, one transformer runs several houses. And that puts a lot of stress on these transformers. So you're starting to see them fail, and we're replacing them. But that'll be for another meeting to buy more transformers. But right now, I have some ordered from the last approval. You guys gave me approval to buy some last meeting, and I got them purchased. They should be here soon. So right now, we're doing okay with transformers. What I would like approval for this time is some underground wire for a new service that we have coming up, and for backup to prevent us from not having the right material if something goes wrong, especially in the subdivisions. This underground wire is out there, and we have some backup wire that'll get us by to fix the outage temporarily, but it's not the right size. So I'd like to order the right size. I got 3 bids for 350 MCM aluminum underground triplex, and the cheapest one was $3,000. So
Are they all the same quality?
they're all the same exact wire. One was 5,000, one was 4,000, one was 3,000. Just depends on the company.
Who was it that had the lowest bid?
The lowest bid was Arkansas Electric.
How many feet is that for?
How
many feet is that?
That's 1,000.
1,000 foot, yeah.
And they sell it in 1,000-foot reels. If you buy less, the price goes up.
Yeah.
It's best to buy 1,000, even though we're gonna use 150 on a new service, and if something goes bad out at 40, it'd just be 300 feet, but we have that backup.
Mm-hmm.
So, the second one was we have some trouble trees. We've been all week trimming trees, and we'll continue to do that. We'll grid out all of our bad trees, and it's going to take us several months to get through them, but we're working on trimming them back, so you might get complaints, but it's necessary to get these trees trimmed back, or we're going to have more and more outages coming.
I'm gonna be at the top of that complaint list, I think. Matter of fact, I'm sure I am.
Well, we like to go 10 feet, but if it's a sensitive tree, I understand ornamental trees, people love the trees, then we could cut it back to 5 feet, so it isn't so dramatic.
No, I'm thinking I can make it harder, because the tree that is in the wires isn't really the one that's gonna be causing the trouble. It's the most deepest one in the middle of the yard that's gonna take out 3 houses if it goes down. It'll be all right. I'll be okay.
So the tree,
No, you won't.
You'll grow back.
At top is the last time I like to come on with it.
the minor tree maintenance is we can take care of, but I'd like to hire a professional to take out 2 trees that are just a little more than we can handle. One's a dead ash tree. It goes over our lines, over a transformer. This is a main feeder. There's a garage right here. There's a house right here. I can trim trees, but I don't really want to fall big limbs in between buildings and stuff like that. So I got some bids for this ash tree, and the other one is a maple tree that our wire runs between this maple tree and the V of it. And it looks like they built a line 20 years ago, and this tree just grew around it. Well, they've had an outage sometime in the past, and they've taken an insulator and tied it to this tree, which is extreme liability. I want to get it fixed soon. But what we have to do is we have to kill the line, drop the wire, have them cut the tree down, and then we'll pull the wire back up, heat it back up, turn it on. So, to me, this is the major.
Was that on one of the main feeders?
This is just a single phase tap, but it's something that needs addressed. It's a possibility of someone getting hurt or the tree catching on fire. it just needs addressed
Mhm.
soon. It was a temporary fix that someone in the past did, and they just never went back and fixed it. But the tree is great big, so it's difficult to fix. So the tree has to come down. I have permission from the landowner. He said it's okay to take this tree down, so that's what I'd like to do.
What tree trimmers did you get?
I got B&B. They gave me a bid. They were high. They were the highest bid. Baker Tree Service, and he was lowest bid on the ash tree. And then Environmental Tree Care I got, and they were the lowest bid on the maple tree. So I was gonna ask permission to hire Environmental Tree Service to trim the maple tree on East Rogers and Elm Street. And I was gonna ask permission for Baker Tree Trimming to remove the dead ash tree on Chestnut.
Okay, how about this? Let's go back and revisit the water bids and see if the board will give you permission
I would
to.
like permission to purchase 1,000 feet of 350 MCM underground triplex wire from Arkansas Electric for $3,047.86.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Danette, do you need any more information about that?
I'll just get the paperwork.
Okay. Next thing you have is tree removal.
Yes, I would like permission to have Baker Tree Service hire them to remove a dead ash tree on Chestnut Street for $800.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to hire Baker to remove that ash tree on Second Street. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
I'd like approval for a maple tree located on East Rogers and Elm to be removed by Environmental Tree Care for the amount of $1,300.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to have Environmental Tree Care remove a tree on what street?
East Rogers and Elm Street.
East Rogers and Elm Street. We have a motion?
Make a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve having the Environmental Tree Service remove that tree that he installed.
On East Rogers and Elm Street.
It's not in front of me. I can't do it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries. I'm going to have to stop calling you that, Lottie. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait,
Oh. Well, maybe not.
yeah. Roll that out.
Did we? No one approved that, did they?
You did.
Huh?
You did.
I approved it. That's not good enough.
No, we just.
Okay. All right. What else?
That's all I have for today.
All right.
Did we,
Thank you very much.
what about the air conditioner?
These, are.
Did we have we resolved the air conditioner issue on the substation?
Yeah. Well, kind of, sort of. That's on me.
Okay.
It was going to be 16 to 18 weeks for anybody to get anything. Justin come to me and said, "Hey, we really can't wait that long." So I said, "Go ahead and have them come in and fix it." So Peter's going to come in, what, $3,400, $3,100?
Yeah, 3,100.
$3,100, yeah, and they're going to fix it. It'll be
Better than
wonky
having
on the
it
parts
bad.
that they fix. It just, any more hot days, something could blow up down there, and then I'll be in trouble because I didn't do the right thing. We just
It's cheaper
pull
than
the
having to
trigger,
replace
guys.
the other
Just pull
stuff.
the trigger. So I hope y'all not too unhappy with me.
That's good.
Yeah, that works.
No, these guys have come to see me once or twice a week. They're telling me what they're working on, what they're doing. They're being very, very proactive, and I'm very pleased.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You share
Yes.
that with your crew.
This whole thing impresses me.
Yes.
Uh,
That's the first time I've seen one like that. And the outage log too. Even.
Yeah.
the outage log's cool.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like that.
All right. for those of you who don't know this, my greeting to Rodney is usually, "Oh, here's spend a lot,
I'm not
Rodney."
gonna say money
And
bag.
when he calls me, the first thing I ask him, "How much money did you spend today?"
We'll wait till I hit you with this. First, the dumpsters come, the dumpsters went in a week.
I'm so disappointed. I'm happy, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think next year we just need to call it a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I talked to the lady
The president of the
over
board,
there, she gives some.
president of your board, contacted me and suggested that I bring in another dumpster. And I was ready to do that, but then your president's father said that he'd have to talk with him, and we weren't going to do that. So I got out of that conversation.
Well, it said 2 weeks or 6 dumpsters. I said,
6 dumpsters.
okay, it said 6 dumpsters. I don't think so, so he looked it back and then he sent me a snap. Yeah, it did, it said that.
You know, I think Rodney's going to tell us that maybe there's something we do different next time that might be beneficial, and I'll let you have the floor.
I've been talking to Danette, we discussed it. I think it ought to be an enclosure, have it open during the business hours, and Danette come in and show a utility bill.
Yep. And an ID.
And an ID, and I'll have somebody sitting there with a backhoe and making sure they're dumping the right stuff in. I talked to a lady over in Monroe, she's real good about what other cities do. Some of them just do 2 days, but I think a week, show a utility bill, have the person right there, and it's open 7:30 to 4. That
Yeah.
eliminate a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because she was shocked that one delivered Friday before it started Monday. I said, well, this one's already full. She said, full? Is it in an open area? I said, oh yeah, it's running out.
That landfill in Honeywell's not open anymore, is it?
I mean, well,
No.
there used to be one hand, but it's not
The
open.
transfer station.
Is that what it was? Because I know a lot of people would take a bunch of stuff to Honeywell,
Okay.
and I don't know, maybe they were taking it to Kendrick's to CTS.
It might have.
And
There
they
used to
would-
be one in Hamilton too, but that was years ago too. Just something we can talk about sometime.
I think that's a good
Thanks,
idea.
some good comments. They come in there. Anyway, they picked up the dumpsters and only had one little pile left. You know, after that, I was thinking sometimes you might get a little more, but somebody figured it out.
Worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it worked out real
Thank
good.
you.
And on Purple Wave, everything I told you last week, so the only things left is the pumper truck, and it runs till August 5th. And I just looked for it come up there, it's up to 10.5. So,
10.5.
yeah, it jumped from
So we're gonna make
2,100
34.
to 10.5.
We're going to make 34,000.
Yeah,
Minimum.
good. And the last day usually really jumps.
Yeah. Last few hours.
Yeah, last few hours, it's, if you don't watch it, it's kind of
It is fun
interesting.
to watch.
Very good, George. Very good. Very good. Very good.
So it's not-
Spend a lot.
Spend a lot.
Yeah, here's your spend a lot right here. I talked to the mayor, and since it's getting late on the Mill Street project, we've come up with a list of roads to pave.
What, without discussing this with the board, we had a couple of $100,000 set aside for the Mill Street project. Well, right now, we're waiting on getting the easement agreements from 2 landowners. One landowner, which is the Catholic Church, the Jefferson City Diocese, said they sent it in. But lo and behold, we can't find it. And all the people that, this sounds familiar, all the people who were involved in the approvals have left.
Oh.
And so now we may have to go through that process again. And there's one current landowner that's a private citizen that wants to have a meeting. So we're going to set up a meeting. We thought we had this all done, or much earlier this spring. But as it turns out, apparently the answer is no, it's not. So we had a couple $100,000 that we had taken. That's a rough number, folks. Out of the CapEx, we have a CapEx fund that's supported by tax revenue. Clarify. You agree? Okay. And everything about the city clerk, make sure I'm not making a mistake. spending money we don't have. We thought that we might take this opportunity to put some money back into the plan for street paving. Now this week they went on Lawn Street, did a cutout on some really rough areas that are crumbled and broke, made it look a lot better. Rodney has a hit list, his own hit list, prioritization of streets that he would like to get I guess do you call it paving? Overlays. And he has went and got some cost information, so please share what you have.
Yeah, well, I've reached out to 2 or 3 just to see what the bid was, and I haven't heard from him. Sam is one of them, he's the big one. He's working on it. He wanted to know from what street to what street. I'll give him a list of streets. I got about 6,000 feet, which is roughly around 120,000 square feet. That's what they usually bid on. So I got him. I've got another smaller contractor supposed to be coming up meeting with me. And the third one, he doesn't do it no more. Figure out he don't do it no more.
Did one of them call you today? I gave one of them.
Yes, one of them sent me a text. He wanted some better locations or where to go. Anyway, I called him. Anyway, he's working on it, so I don't have no cost. Maybe the next meeting I'll have an actual cost, what they get a square foot or however. I think that's how they bid it. So maybe we'll, got like North Berkeley, block of it, North Monroe, East Dover, Oak Street, that bad rut on it, Lawn Street, the East End, and Westport. I just tried to pick out the worst of the worst.
What was the last one?
Westport, Court Road. It's just a small section. It's dip. I was hoping they need to wedge it and overlay it.
There's
Give us a
right.
Yeah, that's what it comes about 6,000 feet or 120,000 square feet because I took it times a 20-foot road.
What is wedging it?
Well, it's dipped out and you got to wedge it in there to fill the void
Okay.
and get it level and then come over. Because if you come over like that, it's just going to go right back.
Can we do it again?
Yes. And with the material, that's something we can fix.
There's
The material's expensive.
one of the other areas we talked about briefly. Ronnie's got a lot going on. But one other we talked about briefly was there is it's the last road going east and west, goes over the river tracks, it comes down, goes around Anthony Gates. It's a bus area. It's a bus
Oh, yeah.
It's border, one of the borders.
It was awful.
Actually, y'all
It's
approved it.
horrible. It's absolutely
Is it a county line? Is that west county line or?
South border.
It is. It's
West border.
considered the
Or
west border.
west border to south border.
It's terrible, you're right.
And so we're looking. We've been talking about going in there, and it's way past due.
It needs
It's
more
awful.
overlay.
Yeah.
And y'all
what
actually
we're looking
approved
at
that.
is going there and cutting that out, digging it
You
out,
just didn't
full
capital.
I
base,
just haven't got
which
to
is
it yet,
compacted
with
with
all these other.
it's almost like
Yeah.
concrete off, and just doing that, compacting it and leaving it, being done with it.
Putting base on. I talked to Philip Hutterfield and he was figuring up and we figured we can cut that down and then come in with some base rock and just leave it. And never in the future, if you overlay.
So we'll get all that information together on costs and come back to the board and see what we can and cannot do. I'll have a discussion with City Clerk and take a look at where we're at on the CapEx so far this year that the board has spent.
Which road is the trucks using to bring the grease in?
I think they're using.
Are they using Oak Street?
No, they come down either Summer or Winter Street, and then they do have to turn on Oak Street from that right by the railroad tracks too. But that section of Oak Street, there's no issues. The issues are from the railroad tracks to Stanton or South.
Gotcha.
It's really, Court Street to 30 Business 36 is just dipped out.
I drove that not too long ago. I noticed that.
There's just we're trying to attack areas both in, electric distribution, streets. We're working on improving our water treatment facility. These guys in this board, if you haven't been keeping track, and most of us don't, but we're making inroads, we're making progress, we're getting things done, and we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep trying to fix the things that are broken, fix the things that historically have been problematic, whether it's on the streets, in the electric department, in the gas department, or in the water plant. I've got brand new sewer system, and that's pretty awesome. So we're making inroads, we're making improvements, and this board, you guys should be pleased with the progress that's been made to date, and I know that I appreciate y'all's support.
So the city wins the race.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rodney.
All right, next thing we got is the building inspector's not here. Can't think of anything on that. That report, we've had several visitors out there for Oshkosh right now. Something was brought to my attention, and then I want board members to take this information under consideration and do what you will with it. It was brought to my attention historically during the 2 weeks of Oshkosh, where the FBO out there, the facility being manned full time during the day, and sometimes called in. That historically the city has increased compensation for that month by $200. That's something that you all might want to think about. I'm not sure if that falls under operations, maybe, or administration. I don't know, but you all think about that, and maybe the next time we get together, I'll bring it back up and see if you all
Can we
would want to
just
entertain that or not.
decide tonight? Can we decide tonight?
Do whatever you want to do.
I'll make a motion to increase the airport manager's pay for the month of July.
Okay.
By $200.
How much?
$200.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion second on the floor to increase the compensation of the airport manager by $200 for the month of July in response to the additional time that's being spent at the FBO or at the airport to service our customers for Oshkosh. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Ayes have it. Okay, Mosswood.
In your packet, you'll see a request for reimbursement of chemicals. You'll also notice in their budget this year for chemicals, if we reimburse this complete request, they would be over on their budget line item by $2,257.78. According to their contract, it can be approved at your all's discretion. It says, if Mosswood requests more than the $25,000 for seed, fertilizer, and chemicals, they'll be required to present the requested overage to the city. The overage amount shall only be dispersed if approved by the city council.
And we've already approved some, haven't we?
Around 14,000, I think, is where we're at in the budget, around there.
I'm sorry, what?
Is what we've spent so far this year, around 14,000.
We've already approved that.
Okay, and if you do that, it'd be $2,257 over what the contract says for chemicals.
Right.
Okay, now I'm a stickler for detail. The contract says that they must come to the board and request.
And that was my recollection.
Excuse me?
That was my recollection, but I'm having.
Well, I can tell you that.
They'll be required to present the requested overage to the city.
Okay, so they need to be aware that they're open,
Okay.
and then they will have to come up here if you follow the contract to the letter, they would need to come before the board and request a building.
Okay.
What else?
In the meantime, do you want to approve the difference of what's available, the 10,987.67?
The up to
That would
amount.
make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
perfect
to,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
budget or the contract.
We need to vote on that? Oh. We need someone to approve that.
Well,
Hold on, Jonathan.
I was gonna say, I mean, we're already just fulfilling our contract. I don't know that I mean, you all are free to vote on it, but I don't think.
I mean,
I get it.
historically, they've always voted on it
Okay. On any expenditure?
for the Mosswood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to, okay, so what you're looking for is a motion to approve the request for payment up to
The contract amount.
the contract amount on Kennedy. Okay.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve payment or reimbursement to Mosswood for up to the total amount as shown on the existing contract. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the reimbursement to Mosswood for chemical up to the current contracted amount. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
And I'll reach out to them.
Okay. Anything else on Mosswood? All right, pool. Nada? Cool, that's awesome. Has anyone heard anything positive or negative or anything?
Seems
Seems like
busy.
things are going pretty smooth.
Seems busy.
Yeah.
Seems busy, right?
And I have not heard any complaints. I'm kind of surprised.
That's good. That's good news.
That's real good news.
Yes.
I think,
Your spelling bee winner keeps forgetting to get her pass.
Oh.
Time to get it done. It's
Okay, now
gonna be over.
She'll end up with one day there.
okay. All right, then, let's move right along. Next item on the agenda is a presentation of bills, approval of payments.
We had a little issue with printing the checks off this time for payment, so I was gonna pass this around to let you know. There are some gaps in the check numbers. When they were issued, we had to void some checks and reissue some checks, so.
Paper jam. It's an expensive sensor for the pool, huh?
What is that?
For the pool. Side near supplies.
That's
We
for
have
the
heard that.
chemical side, the chlorine feed.
Oh, just monitor how much it's feeding in.
Yeah, it was something in that system.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve the accounts payable for July 24th.
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the accounts payable for July 2024-25. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next thing on our agenda is unfinished business.
Mr. Mayor, I don't know, I forgot one thing in my report. There was a fish kill at Route J Lake. It's a gizzard shad. It has to do with the dissolved oxygen in the lake. What happens in the summer is the algae during the day is blooming and actually putting off a lot of oxygen into the water. But then whenever the sun goes down, the algae has to consume the dissolved oxygen out of the water, and it drops down, and the fish can't live without oxygen in the water. So it only touched this species. There's no danger to our drinking water. The Department of Conservation was out there today, spent quite a bit of time out on the lake just checking it out. And they actually contacted the mayor, and they said if we get any concerns or complaints, please send them to the Department of Conservation, and they will explain that there's nothing that the city did. There's nothing really anybody could have done.
Are they a little fish like a minnow?
They can be smaller, but they're up to 8-10 inches.
Didn't the big lake have some problems with that too?
The big lake did have a fish kill. I don't know if it was shad there.
Yeah,
But
crappie, I
yes,
think.
they
Yeah,
had something.
yeah.
Yes, Mr. Williamson called me first thing this morning and explained what was going on. And then this afternoon, Missouri Department of Conservation released a press release. So it's being communicated. And if anybody has any questions, they can certainly contact us, or we'll forward them on to the Department of Conservation. I thought it was very, very nice of them, very proactive. They explained the situation. There's no danger to us. There's no zero. Do I sign this now or later? No impact to the drinking water quality. There's no dangers or health issues to anyone. So I'm very pleased they did that. I thought it was very proactive. Anything
Algae
else?
is everywhere this year.
Mhm.
It's horrible this year, the algae.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, everybody's lakes, ponds covered in it.
I had a compliment on Rache the other day
Yeah.
from, actually, from two different ones. It was an open discussion. But we have a truck driver that comes through and spends time, his spare time up there, they kayak, he and his family do. And it's one of his most favorite places in the state of Missouri.
Really? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool.
I was, when we were doing our research for trying to improve the quality of fishing at the south end. Oh, by the way, I'll be coming back and asking for another few $100s this fall for more fish. But I was advised by the fisheries biologist in Hannibal that Ralph Lake has the best bass population in northeast Missouri. I had no clue. That's the place to go. I had no clue.
And you just said that on CCTV.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You just said that on CCTV.
And?
It's out there now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. What a great plug.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm just telling what the sheriff, yes, sir.
Sorry, if we could double back, because I was gone for a bit for some pressing issue. Can we double back to the police department?
Sure.
Perfect. Kind of requesting, we need 4 new batteries for our portables, because we've pretty much burnt through at least 3, and we're down to about 3 batteries.
Okay.
Price range is about $600 for the batteries.
Each?
No, for all total, all 4.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I guess it would be really not very bright to ask what happens if you don't have batteries.
Then we don't get to talk dispatch.
Not good. All right. So do you have a place? Do you have a business that you normally purchase them from?
Well, we're working on the exact system from where. Motorola Solutions shows out of stock, but there's a couple companies, like where we had our cruisers done that deals with Motorola. Also, I believe Sound Solutions in Mexico, being local and whatnot, I believe has access to Motorola products.
Okay, so you're talking a total of 3 batteries and a total cost of $600.
4 batteries.
4 batteries.
4 batteries, $600.
Thereabouts, yes.
Worst case.
We were, from the high prices that I did locate online, I went to the highest one from Motorola Technologies, just in case we could get it cheaper. Yes, ma'am.
BMC Technologies in Bowling Green is worth your time to look into.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Board,
I'll make a motion that allow the police department to purchase 4 batteries for the radios, not to exceed $600.
we have a motion on the floor to allow the police department to purchase a total of 4 batteries, not to exceed $600. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve purchase of 4 batteries for police department at a cost not to exceed $600. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All not in favor, say, all opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you, Sarge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Anything else?
Oh, I forgot to tell Adrian, your sweeper's back. I used it today.
Really?
He did a test run today.
I knew it wasn't my death.
You were safe. It's okay.
All right. Anything else on unfinished business? All right. At this time, we will talk about moving into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go to closed session.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to go into closed session. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion second before to go into closed session by voice poll.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Saunders.
Yes.
Alderman
Do we need a short break?
It'll be very quick. I mean, it'll be real quick.
Real quick.
No break, no
I don't need a break.
I'll wait for Mr. Mike to take down the COVID notice and stuff.
CCTV.
CCTV, what's it called in,